Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades in the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, I did finish the week with 13 wins and 0 losses for a win rate of 100%, so we're very, very pleased about that. It wasn't a full week. We had I think it was Thursday off for Carter's funeral. I think, remember correctly. Yeah. So, Monday the 6th, the trade ideas room, I said SPY calls into 597. Let's see, where is Monday? Right here. What? SPY calls over 597, which is right here, this low, because it dropped right here. And okay, so I took calls at 10:03. I waited until 10 o'clock because it's being Monday. Monday, I usually wait the first 30 minutes because we rarely have this right here where you have a 10-minute candle and it continues. Usually we end up having this. This is why I wait. So for once, SPY just took off and the ORB play actually played out, but I didn't take it until 10 o'clock. I waited out. Got the 2 strong green candles. We had a red pullback right here. So as soon as I got over 598, I took calls. I took the 15 calls at $7, and they went from $7 to $8.80. So I got a nice little play out of that. Then I took puts at 236, which is right here. No, why didn't I take it? 236, right? 236, which is right here. I see why I didn't take it up here, because usually when you're spying it's in a direction like this, red candle, green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle, green candle, they've just been trapped. So I don't like I try to stay away from picking the top lately, because that's worked against me quite a bit in the past. So I just kind of wait until the direction's changed, and I just waited and waited. I probably should have taken this right here, but I didn't. I probably took it in a challenge account or something. I don't remember, but I didn't take puts until down here. I got a big red candle, got a green candle. So when I got below 595.30, I took the 59.70 puts at 5.30, and they went from 5.30 to 9.30 right there. So I got a $4 move right there. Just took a little bit of time, and it finally broke right down here. Then I took, let's see, Meta. I did Meta at 3 o'clock on the 6th, though. Yeah, I remember this right here. Meta, I took calls at 3:05, which is right here. You can see it higher day right here. I tried to break it, it failed. Came back out, tried to fail, it failed. It bounced off the 20 EMA, and it slowly grinded up. Somebody came back up to higher day again for the 4th time. I took the 6:30 calls at 5:40, and they went from 5:40 to 9:15 right there. So that ended up being a good play on Meta. Then Tuesday, let's make sure. Tuesday traded in his room. I said SPY puts under 595.50, which is down here. First 10-minute candle's red. Second 10-minute candle, I didn't take it. It made new lower day, but I didn't take it. I think I just waited. And when I had another red candle, didn't get over the body of this candle. It stayed under higher day. So when it came back down, I took it. I took the 59.60 puts at 550, and then went from 550 to 24.80 for a 300% plus move. Then you had this big green candle, and I took puts again right here. Nice big FU setup right here, green candle. After these big red candles, and I used the bodies of these candles underneath 592.80. I took puts. I took the 59.70 puts at $7. They went from $7 to $17.60. So that was another great play. Then I took calls at 10:34, which is right here. Okay, I see why I did that. I took it at the 590 thinking we were going to hold. And when it got over the 591.50 area, that's where I took the calls. I took the 59.50 calls at $6. It dropped, made new low a day, and when it dropped under 590, I added right here. I added at 3, making my new average 450, and they went from 450 to 730 right there. So I took a huge risk right here. Plus we had a bullish divergence going on right here. You see right here the low, the histogram, and this is flattening out, and this histogram is rising, so it's showing a bullish divergence. So it's showing that it was going to pop. So when it broke new low a day, we were still in the bullish divergence, so I added in it, ended up pulling out pretty good, so pulling off pretty good. Then Wednesday we had FOMC. Wednesday FOMC. So he traded his room in the 8th, SPY calls over 590, which is right up here. First 2 minute candles red. I didn't take anything, but I took meta calls right here. The 8th. Yeah, I took meta calls right here. I took the meta 620 calls at $5, and I just held them. I mean, I just took a chance and just held them. And then Thursday we didn't have anything. Then on the 10th we did, so I held, because Thursday we were closed. The market was closed for Carter's funeral, so I was thinking, okay, we were going to run up in the day, and if we didn't, then we were going to probably gap up, and we were going to run on on Friday. So that's what I ended up doing. I took a huge chance. I mean, I don't care, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I bought the calls right here, and I just held them. And risky, but I held them. Then the next play was what? We'll get into the calls play on Friday when we give cover Friday. Finish how I got out, but I got out positive. I got out luckily, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So I did do the FOMC strangle. Well, I placed it early. I've been placing the strangles early because the last 15 minutes before FOMC, we get a run. It's been happening almost all the time. No, I shouldn't say all the time. It's been happening almost every time the last 6 months. So I've been getting it in early. I grabbed 58.95 puts at 520, and I grabbed the 59.25 calls at 540. I grabbed them at 126, which is right here. And I ended up selling the puts first. So at 2 o'clock. In fact, I think I sold some calls ahead of time. I'm going to have to look. Yeah, I sold puts right yeah, we rode up right here. I got at 126. I got up here. I sold puts into this. See, FOMC, this is the FOMC candle right here, but we dropped big right here. And I had the puts at what, 520, and I sold the puts at $7.20 and $8 and got out more at $9. So I mean, I'm almost up 100%. So I took the puts, and then we opened FOMC. We dropped, and we started to pop. But I ended up cutting my calls around. Yeah, I cut my calls like at 220. So I took a small loss on the calls, but the puts made out big time on it. So but I got out prematurely on the calls. I probably should have held the calls, but I mean, I didn't know. I mean, as far as I know, that this thing could have kept dropping. We could have been down to 585 or 580. I didn't know what was going to happen. So we had a big win on the puts, and I had a chance to get out with a fairly small loss and get out nice and green on the puts. That the FOMC played out really, really nice. So I just took it a little early, but it is what it is. And then I ended up taking, so the FOMC play was a nice big win, even before we got to the 2 o'clock. But I probably should have held my calls. But, I mean, if I held my calls to 0, I mean, I probably would have had less green on the, possibly even red on the FOMC play. But I didn't do that, so I cut them, took the chance and cut them, which was like wrong, but whatever. But I did take puts again at 238, which is right here, right underneath the bodies of these candles, underneath 589.30. I took puts. I took the 59.05 puts at $5, and they went from $5 to $8.80. So we got a good play out of that. So definitely pleased about that. Then on to Friday, because that was FOMC. Thursday we were closed, like I keep saying, for Carter's funeral. Then on Friday, I SPY puts under 584, which is down here, because a big drop from the data numbers, and it popped a little bit, so it's showing a bear flag. And I didn't take puts at this candle, but I took it the next candle right here. I took the 58.10 puts at $6. And they went from $6 to $8.40 right there. So that ended up being a really, really big play. And then I took 5,800 puts at 11.19, which is right here. No, 11.19. 11.19. Right down here. Right here. Right here is where I took it. Came up to the VWAP, came back down. Took it right here underneath 580. I took the 5,800 puts at 730, and they went from 730 to 1070 right there. So we got a good play right there. But back over here, when we dumped this pop right here on SPY, those 620 calls I had went super green, so I was able to get out, because I had them like at $5 and they went to like 580, so I was able to get out green. So I was very, very happy about that. So I got out green on those. And then I took yeah, because I kept those ones I had from Wednesday right here in this pop right here. And then I took this puts play right here, which was the 5,800 puts right there. Then I took calls at 12.29, which is right here. And again, bullish divergence. You can see the histogram right here. Made higher high. Made a low right there. Made a higher low right there, and there was the price on that low right there. Then this is the lower low, as history made a higher low, so that was diverging, letting me know we were getting ready to change, have a pop, and we had a big pop. So I grabbed calls right over 580. I grabbed a 58.35 calls at $7, and those calls went from $7 to 32.80, which ended up being a 400%, 300% move if you held all the way through. So that ended up being a really, really big pop. Then I took calls, meta calls, at 12.41, which was right here, 12.41. So I took it right here, right when we got over 620. 12.41. No, I took it right here when I got over 618. When I got over 618, that's when I grabbed the meta 620 calls at 235, and they went from 235 to $10. So they went almost 400% plus on that move right there, which was a strong, crazy move. I was not expecting that. But yeah, when these puts down here, the calls I had, the 620 calls down here, were 10 cents. I took a huge red drop on that, but because it rebounded so aggressively, that those calls went from 10 cents to almost $6 right here, which was crazy. I mean, that's just a crazy rebound, but even this is even just as crazy. I mean, $2 to 10 just in half an hour. Meta really moves really good on expiration day. I'm going to end up paying attention to those more on that. So so yeah, good week. I mean, I can't complain. I think the only dumb move I did was meta, but you know, I didn't really care. I mean, it was holding 606 pretty good. It wasn't making new lower days. It was holding up pretty good, and the market was going to be closed for a day, so they usually like gapping it up on when the markets are closed, and so I wasn't too worried about it. But yeah, I did end up going down to 10 cents and taking, it could have been a huge red loss on that candle, but on that play, but I just held it. Just was like, okay, whatever. I mean, when you're down, when you get it at $5 and it's down to less than $1, I mean, what's another dollar at this point? I mean, and Meta recovered aggressively. So, but yeah, other than that, good week, strong week. Hopefully next week will be just as good. So that's gonna do it for the recap. I hope this has helped and you've made some adjustments and mental notes and stuff like that, and this helped you. So with that said, thanks for watching.